You might think you know Peanuts, but here are 12 facts you may not have known about good old Charlie Brown and Friends. Peanuts by Charles M. Sparky Schulz debuted on October 2nd, 1950, and ran until February 13th, 2000, for a total of 17,897 strips published in all. At its most popular, the strip ran in over 2,600 newspapers in 75 countries in 21 languages with over 355 million readers. The precursor to Peanuts was a strip called Lil' Folks that ran from 1947 to 1950 in Schulz's hometown newspaper, the St. Paul Pioneer Press. This strip also featured a close look at the lives of children, but did not have a set cast. The name Charlie Brown was even used for 4 different children in various Lil' Folks strips. When Schulz revised his strip to get picked up for syndication, he was told the name Lil' Folks was too close to the extremely popular Lil Abner strip. The syndicate decided to call the strip Peanuts, after the peanut gallery from the Howdy Doody TV show. Schulz never liked the name, saying it, quote, is simply confusing and has no dignity. Here's a fact for you. The very first Peanut strip is probably the best 4-panel gag strip ever published in newspapers, a feat pretty much never surpassed since 1950. Let's just take a second to look at it. Charlie Brown's famous pet beagle, Snoopy, would debut in the third Peanut strip on October 4th, 1950, but wouldn't be called by name until a month later. He would first be seen walking on his hind legs in 1956. Snoopy was inspired by Schulz's own childhood dog, Spike. Snoopy has had a long association with the space program. He was the official mascot of the Apollo program, and the Apollo 10 lunar module was named Snoopy, while the command module was called Charlie Brown. Also, the fabric caps worn by astronauts are called Snoopy caps due to their resemblance to Snoopy's ears. NASA also gives out an award called the Silver Snoopy to those who go the extra mile to achieve quality and safety. Schulz debuted the character of Franklin in 1968 at the urging of a schoolteacher named Harriet Glickman, who argued that seeing friendships between children of different races in the comics would help normalize it for the strip's young readers. At first, Schulz feared a black character would be seen as patronizing or a token, but he ultimately agreed with Glickman, and so Franklin had his debut. In the late 1970s, during particularly difficult contract negotiations between Schulz and his syndicate, the syndicate hired comics artist Al Pastino, best known as the Superman artist who co-created Supergirl, to draw several months' worth of strips in case Schulz quit. Fortunately, they came to an agreement and these strips were never published, although they have since become public. Peanuts has been adapted into 45 different TV specials, beginning with a Charlie Brown Christmas in 1965. Additionally, there have been 28 Peanuts documentary specials, a series called The Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, a mini-series called This Is America, Charlie Brown, 23 video games, an off-Broadway musical, and 5 feature films. The legacy of Peanuts has included popularizing the term security blanket, inspiring the Beatles song Happiness is a Warm Gun via the book Happiness is a Warm Puppy, inspiring the hit Christmas singles Snoopy vs. the Red Baron and Snoopy's Christmas, and teaching generations of children that adults' voices sound just like muted trombones. In 2001, the Sonoma County Airport, just outside of Santa Rosa, California, was renamed the Charles M. Schulz Airport, as Schulz lived in Santa Rosa for over 30 years. The logo for the airport features Snoopy in his common persona as a World War I flying ace piloting his doghouse Sopwith Camel. The last new Peanut strip ran on February 13th, 2000, and featured a note from Schulz to fans announcing his retirement. Due to lead time in the publishing schedule, the strip ended up running in papers the day after Schulz died. Nevertheless, reprints of the strip continue to run in nearly every American newspaper to this day. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Comics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.